follow up. Got it? Makes sense? Understood? Great. So now we're going to move on. Suppose you follow up with somebody, they hit you back, and they say, let's have a meeting. Now you're excited. Now you're like, yes, everything that I've been working on, everything Clinton told me worked. I got a meeting with this person. I'm building my network. You're excited. You're getting ready for this meeting. You're getting prepared. You're doing your research. You're very clear on what your objective is. And the meeting is set for today. All of a sudden, you get a call that the meeting got canceled. So this is what's really important for you to know. You need to be flexible and understanding. I'm going to write this down. This is essential. And if you read my book, I've told a couple stories, but one story in particular was with DJ K. Slay when he had me drive to New York to work on a project with him, and he kept kind of changing the schedule when I'm like 5 hours away from my house. So I had to learn how to be flexible. That was one of many stories that taught me these lessons, but I want to teach this to you. Being flexible is really key when building your network. Things come up. You know, people have something happen with their family. There's an emergency. You got to understand that plans are going to change, right? And that may disrupt you. It may have ruined your whole day. It may have ruined your schedule. You may have done all this planning. You're thinking to yourself, oh man, I did all this for nothing. You can't think like that. It's not nothing. You have all that information. In fact, now you have more time to be even more prepared. And or you never know, something might have been on that person's mind that would have kept them distracted from that meeting you had. And maybe the next meeting, something great will come out of it. Be optimistic, all right? Really the point is be flexible and be understanding of plans changing. Be understanding. And don't take things personal. You know, a lot of times somebody may cancel a meeting and you're like, then you see them on the internet. And you're like, man, he couldn't do my meeting, but he's doing that? First of all, don't be fooled by the internet. A lot of things are not in real time. Second of all, you don't understand what they were doing or why they had to go to where they had to go to. There's things that you're not clear about. So don't jump to conclusions. And then third of all, maybe something else was happening to be more important than you in this case. Don't be offended. This person that you're trying to connect with maybe doesn't see the tremendous value that you have to present to the point that something else that presented itself was going to be pushed aside for you. Don't get offended. All right. And secondly to that, what I see so often that's crucial for you not to do, this is crucial for you not to do when being flexible, is do not get emotional. You know, people get so worked up and so bent out of shape and angry that, you know, they're feeling like what I was telling you about, you know, likability. They're not respecting my time because they just canceled this meeting. Why do I got to be flexible when they aren't even respecting my time, right? Maybe you're thinking that. Well, realistically, you're the one trying to get their attention. You're the one trying to add them to your network. So in this scenario, they kind of got the leverage. So if they're going to cancel and you're prepared to meet your objective like we talked about, then you're going to be flexible and understand that things happen, and not get emotional and act due to those emotions. Don't start making up stories in your mind of why they canceled, because you're putting two or three things together in the world that to you make sense that, they canceled because of this. It's probably because of that. And then you're working up your emotions. Now you're starting to feel some type of way towards this person. You got to remember that people have lives and you don't know what's going on. You don't know their stress. You don't know what they need to attend to. And that might be more important in this moment than the meeting with you, right? So be understanding. Do not get emotional. And then on top of that, realize people have their own lives, right? And their priorities are not necessarily yours. So you have to be respectful and mindful of that. Just because it was a priority for you guys to meet today doesn't necessarily it was for them. So you got to be grateful that they even wanted to take that meeting with you in the first place. So what is it? It is their priorities are not necessarily yours. That's important because the world does not revolve around you. You need to be mindful of that, all right? And you can't get emotional, you can't get angry if things happen and they have to plan a meeting. In fact, you should say, no problem, hope everything works out, let's follow up next week. And then that goes back to our follow-up where you tell them you're gonna follow up so you can reschedule the meeting that they had to change. That's you being flexible. Now, understand flexible? You understand how to check your emotions at the door? You understand their priorities are not yours? And you understand that you need to be understanding of their plans. In fact, the more understanding you are, the more excited they'll be and happy with you, and that adds to the likability, the fact that you care about them. They're going to be eager to reset up that meeting. So now that you understand flexibility, we're going to talk about who counts. Everybody counts. Not just this person, not just that person, everybody. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that.